This is part 2 of the Dragon Ball community discussion, where today we'll be talking about and going into the second community theory as to who and what Black Goku or Goku Black is, following up on our part 1 video involving Bardock and if we believe he is the one causing problems. And if you haven't checked that out, guys, links will be down in the description below. Today I'm joined by MJ, once again, Geekless TV, as we go through the second community theory involving Goku Black. And today we'll be talking about another very popular topic that people seem to talk about, that being, is Black Goku or Goku Black, however it is you want to translate it, is Black Goku evil Goku, or at least an evil counterpart to him from a different universe, or in fact a clone? Now MJ, I want to get your take on this personally, because everyone is pointing out that Black Goku is an alternate Goku, perhaps a clone who was brainwashed or manipulated at some point. So I want to know from you, do you think it's a possible clone or an evil alternative? Because I personally believe that this theory, especially this one more than any other, could be, in fact true compared to the other ones that we've been hearing about Bardock and stuff, only because of one thing, that being science. The cloning theory. I mean, it's not science fiction. If someone were actually able to collect DNA samples of another fighter and just clone them in a chamber or in some sort of a vial, that would create and spawn warriors that would be far above, I believe, the original in terms of like power and in terms of like how they function in the present world. So I believe that using DNA and data to make a clone is possible, but a clone who can do thy bidding per se. Like I believe that if it were a clone developed by someone, it has to be under someone's control. It's science, bro, and I believe that splicing and cloning is a definite. Especially within Dragon Ball, especially with everyone being so smart and stuff. We saw what people like Bulma can do and Dr. Gero. So do you believe that, before we get into the whole alternate evil Goku thing, do you believe that it's a possible clone, that someone was able to collect possible DNA samples from the dead Goku over in Future Trunks' timeline, because Goku did in fact die from the heart virus? So do you believe that someone collected DNA and cloned him? Or do you believe that in fact that this is somewhat of an evil alternative from like possibly a different universe?
Sheesh, are we talking about just clones or like also an android? Because I've heard that theory too. That
well,
he
the
may
android
be like
theory I highly doubt, because I believe that all the androids are done with. But going back to the whole Vegeta copy thing, there was said to be an episode 45, to where Vegeta's gonna fight a copy of himself. So maybe maybe there's a link to that. Maybe somewhat the person that was able to copy Vegeta copies Goku. But perhaps maybe like in a very different matter per se, because again, I mean, we can't sit here and say that we know who Black Goku is for sure. But perhaps maybe either one or two. Either he's a clone that was actually cloned via DNA, or perhaps maybe he is an alternate ego, an alternate version of the good benevolent Goku that we have in Universe 7, but on over somewhere else he is a cold, manipulative, just dark-sided person. Because again, if you really want to compare it, we had Kakarot and we had Goku, so perhaps maybe now we have Goku and there was an alternate version of him, the Saiyan version of him that was supposed to be, that being Kakarot. So do you believe that that's possible, or do you believe it's just way too far-fetched?
It could be a clone, because people speculate that it's Goku but he's evil, like he turned evil. I don't see how he would turn evil, because when you look at Vegeta, Vegeta was the definition of evil. He was an evil son bitch. So, look what he did to Babadi's curse, seal, whatever, He broke it, and even then, he sacrificed himself for his loved ones, while still having the Majin symbol on his forehead,
Absolutely.
So, I don't see how Goku would turn evil or ever be controlled, since how good-hearted he is, But a clone, though, that would be interesting, and it also goes back to how we were talking about in the first installment of this series, is Bardock. Could there be someone out there pulling the strings? Would Bardock be just a puppet? Is a clone evil Goku just a puppet? You know what I mean? Who made the clone? Where did the clone come from? How was he cloned? Etc. So there's like a lot of answers. Like, I feel like this is the most hyped up arc, man, because I feel like this was even more hyped up than Battle of Gods when the movie was announced. Because when you look at it, Trunks trended worldwide, bro, on Twitter for hours. And then Forbes writing about him, you know what I mean, etc. It's like, this arc is getting so much hype. And a clone would probably be the best way to do it. Because I don't think they'll go the route to say that this is actually an alternate Goku who's evil. Or a good Goku that turned evil, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, but I just feel as if, because I mean, it was thrown around a lot due to the other anime shows having, you know, evil counterparts to the main characters and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe it's inclined that we're gonna have somewhat of a similar situation happen with Goku this time around, where there is an alternate version of him. So, do you think that it's possible that there is like a different Goku out there somewhere who's just, you know, crazy, following his Saiyan heritage of just being like this cold mercenary, just being this bloodthirsty Saiyan? Or do you believe that it could be someone who looks like Goku, but in fact is not Goku related in any way, shape, or form?
It could be an alternate Goku because, man, this is really gonna destroy my Dragon Ball cred because I can't remember this at all. But can the Dragon Balls revive someone who's died of natural causes?
Well, I mean, that all implies that Goku could have been resurrected, you know, from the time where he had that heart virus. But even if he came back when he had that heart virus, why would he change from the worst? You know?
Yeah, my thing is if you can't revive people of natural causes, and that means Goku is dead and Trunks' timeline. But
Right.
there could be another timeline or an alternate timeline or alternate universe where Goku, an evil Goku, comes in, which I could buy that too. It just has to be how it's played out, but overall I'm leaning more towards the clone idea over anything else. But the alternate Goku, it would be a cool idea. I just have to see how it would play out. But I mean, it's like, sheesh, an alternate Goku. Like, what are your thoughts on it? Because having an evil alternate Goku come in, I think would be cool. But I know a lot of people aren't too happy about, oh, it's an evil Goku, blah blah blah. You know, like what?
Well, I mean, if it were an evil Goku, I think that Goku will always be Goku, and I think that Goku will try to fight himself because, dude, Goku wanted to fight his own teammates at the Universal Tournament, so that leaves a giant window of opportunity for him to fight anybody. He wanted to fight Chopper, he wanted to fight. This guy just wants to fight everybody. So I think that if he were to encounter an evil version of himself, yeah, I mean, the challenge will always be there. He's going to be questioning, like, wow, like, you're an evil me, so that means that you really don't hold back and stuff, like, whatever the case may be. And I think at first, he'll kind of understand, like, what the gravity of the situation is, which will force him to use Super Saiyan Blue. Then again, we don't really know, like, as to how powerful the other person is, whether or not they have transformations, or whether or not we even know that they're Saiyans. As you pointed out, they could be androids, which I really doubt. I highly doubt that at all. But it was thrown around in the community, you know, by some saying, well, there might have been one more android and it was Goku. It was like a copy version of him.
There's a secret bunker under the secret bunker.
Yeah, there's a secret bunker under the secret bunker under that secret bunker. Or it could be Broly. We don't know, wearing a mask.
Oh my god.
That? It's Broly, guys. It has to be. I mean, who else can give Trunks a hard time, right? No, but so you're not leaning more towards the alternate version, but more of the clone version. I think that this is going to have somewhat of a tie-in with the Copy Vegeta episode, or is this going to be something completely different?
It could tie into that because, like, you brought up a good point here. What if there's someone who copies Vegeta, or from some planet, or from Earth? We don't know where Vegeta's going to fight this Copy Vegeta at.
Right.
I think there are spoilers on there, but I can't remember for sure. But whoever does this, we don't know that in 20 years or so, they're going to get some technology to redo the copy thing or whatever and create just a force to be reckoned with, you know?
Right.
So, who knows? I mean, that's a good point that you brought up there. This person who copies Vegeta now could copy Goku in some alternate timeline 20 years from now or 30 years from now, where he's completely, strong, where he's just ultimately just strong, So, I'm more with the clone than I am with the alternate Goku and with Bardock. I'm more with the clone.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, a lot of these other animes have adapted, like, this whole alternate main character thing. So it could be that, because there were lots and lots and lots of rumors and reports that Akira has always wanted to do this, but he just never wanted to in a way. I don't know. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. But I just feel as if by some chance this ends up being true, and if it's a clone, then that'll be something interesting, because we saw Vegeta copy, so perhaps maybe now we're seeing a Goku copy. But then again, this is 20 years into the future, so who's to really say that, it could be something else? I mean, we don't know. Is it an android? No. That is something I really doubt. Is it an alternate version of Goku? We can't say absolutely not, because looking at the other animes, it's happened before. So maybe Akira has had some inspiration to design his own version of Evil Goku. We don't know. So that's up in the air. Is it a clone? That's another thing that's up in the air too, because of the whole copy Vegeta. I mean, again, guys, depending on when you're watching this video, This could have some symbolism and some remnants to what's going on with Copy Vegeta. But like let's say there was an evil Goku in a different universe. Who is he? Is he Kakarot, or is he Goku, or is he like some sort of manipulative entity, or is he like his own mercenary? Like for a second here, imagine if Goku never bumped his head, right? And if he never bumped his head when he came to Earth, and he was actually that Saiyan that he was meant to be somewhere else in a different, timeline.
Yeah.
And he comes here into the present. How strong would he be compared to like our current heroes? Because with our current heroes training with Whis and having all these Zenkai boosts fighting at the tournament and stuff, it's kind of hard to believe that, our guys are gonna have, trouble fighting someone because they're so freaking strong. Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, all of these techniques and stuff, Kaioken times 10 adapted with the Super Saiyan Blue form. So, do you believe that this alternate Goku type character could be on par with our guys?
It could happen. I mean,
so?
It probably could. It's sheesh.
I don't see it happening, man. It's hard. Because 3 years in the time chamber, like just spending months and months with Whis fighting at the tournament, dude. These guys have gotten so much exposure and so much like gains out of this. Like it's unimaginably scary to see how powerful someone would be to rival them like that. But then again, we saw someone like Hit, and Hit knocked out Vegeta. He almost knocked out Goku. So.
Man, I can already see the polls. Black Goku when he comes out versus Hit.
Yo, I mean, there was this one kid. He wrote a funny comment, but I just thought it wasn't necessary. He was like, "Oh, Black Goku's gonna, attack them with his mixtapes and stuff." It's like I really don't think. I don't think that it's a literal definition of his skin color. I don't think that this is a Black Goku. If it is, then cool. I mean, we're gonna have different color Saiyans. That's something that we haven't seen that since Turles, I believe. In which case we'll talk about in the next video. But what are your like any final thoughts as to like the clone / alternate universe theory? Because if it is a clone, I mean I wouldn't be against it fully. I mean I would embrace it, but probably not as much as the alternate version of him, because this goes back to science, dude. Like, the scientific theory of there being parallel universes, of there being, multiple universes that possess different versions of Earth with people in it. So who's to really say? But like any final thoughts here before we go on the whole like alternate universe Goku and the whole cloning Goku theory?
I mean, I'm down with the clone theory. The alternate theory, I'm okay with. Like I said, I just have to see it play out. But you are right. There are other animes that have adapted equal counterparts, even if they were. I'm more with the clone theory, but I know some people have brought up the whole thing that Beerus pushing back Universe 6 will come back to bite him in the ass, in a sense. So, what if that's it? But then again, that ties into the whole, why does Universe 6 matter? Because that's a completely different universe, How would that tie in with Universe 7 and their timelines, So
that's absolutely true. I mean, there are a lot of inconsistencies, as you may already know. Leave your thoughts down below, guys. If you guys believe it's clone Goku, if it's alternate universe Goku. These were theories picked up by the community because prior to this video, we did Bardock, so people were talking about Bardock, so we talked about that. So this one's going to be the clone theory / alternate universe theory. The next one's going to be Zycor and Turles, alongside many others, because people have been talking about, well, it's Zycor and stuff, and we're going to address that and share our thoughts in the next video with that. So again, guys, thank you all for watching. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe. That way you guys don't miss a single video. If you guys enjoyed the theory discussion, don't forget to smash that like button, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Check out Geekless TV, everybody. Link down in the description. Subscribe to the channel as well, guys. Thank you all for watching once again, and we'll be seeing you all later. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.